Amazing work. Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
what was it like directing yourself in the film? Or did you write it to your kind of to your own strengths, or did think
Yeah, well, it actually started with a demo of that song that I play at the end. I wrote that a few years ago, and I was just going through it, and I found it, and I listened to it, and I was like, okay, this can be something, and I kind of crafted the film around that. But yeah, I haven't done this before, like directing myself, I'd say. So it was a new experience for me, and all I can say is like I did a lot of prep, and it was a close collaboration with my cinematographer. But I prepped a lot, and then on the day I just kind of let it go, and focused on Paul and the action happening in the scenes. So
Yeah. I'm curious about that. The shot in the party at the end where you're just on the rampage. That's all one continuous shot.
yeah, it's a winner.
What was that like to shoot?
It was awesome. Yeah, we had like a few takes, and then we go back and watch them and make sure that we got it, you know. But we also like rehearsed, but before, and it was interesting with like the cigarette as well because we like duct taped a coaster to his chest or like a shirt, like underneath a shirt, so then we could do like the cigarette. So it was like a lot of like planning and prep for that one, but we rehearsed and then we shot it and we were like, okay, we got it on that one. And also it was hard to focus on the bread with like going back to the bread at the end. So, but yeah, that was a fun scene to shoot. Probably one of the funnest in the film. So.
Nice. Okay, questions from the audience. Yeah.
Who was kind of checking like after a take? Did you check out a take and you said let's do it again, or your cinematographer helping you out with that?
Yeah, absolutely. My cinematographer definitely helped me a lot. And then I would go back and watch the take. But I mean, it's really hard, like as an actor, to like watch yourself and not be like super zoned in. I'd say, at least from like my experience, like watching it. So, and at the end of the day, I just had to trust myself and just be like, okay, that's what we got. So.
Feel it? You kind of knew, or did you watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's always like one take that you're like, okay, that one felt right. Yeah. So.
I think Paul mentioned that it screened in Alabama.
Yeah.
Where was it? I'm from Birmingham. So
Really?
Where was it shot? I'm just curious.
Oh gosh, it was shot at Avondale Park was the first scene. Yep. And then after that, it was a Virginia Mines Grocery. It was like around Hueytown, that area. And then the bar was also in Hueytown. Yeah, Sportsters. Yeah, man. Oh my God.
Where did you shoot at the house?
The house that was in Berry Falls,
Okay.
like in Vestavia.
Okay. It looked identical to the place I used to live.
No way. We shot in your house, your old house. Yes, dude. That's crazy, man. That's awesome.
Roll Tide.
Oh my God. Hell yeah.
Anyone else? Oh, I guess I'm curious. How did you develop a backstory for your character, or was it based on someone you know, or how did you
Yeah.
devise the character?
It was, I watched Kool Hand Duke, and I really liked a guy who could take some punches, and I was like, okay. I was like, okay, I think this is going to be a riff on like sort of Luke and that story, and I really love the scene where Luke plays the banjo after all of these things happen, and it was a really captivating scene, and I saw the demo and then I was backstage working at a theater, and then I just wrote it like on like cards. But yeah, it was basically like the inspiration from Kool Hand Luke, and then my demo of that song. I was like, okay, there's things I can use in the song that can dictate Paul's like journey throughout the film. So that's kind of what happened.
Nice. So what are you going to be doing next?
Yeah, well, after this, I'm actually doing a feature with my cinematographer of this one. So I'm very excited for that. We're going to shoot that in a couple months in Birmingham, so that'll be sick. So
Similar character, or
no, this time I'm playing a son. Yeah, it's kind of a two-hander. It's a father and son story. So it's really sweet and definitely different from this one. So yeah, I'm hyped for that.
Nice. Well, thanks so much for coming out and
Absolutely.
showing your film.
Thanks for having me. Oh my gosh.